Good morning and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for July 7, 2025. Firstly, we looked at the Trump family's business dealings and the potential implications for the country. The former president's influence and conflicts of interest have raised concerns, and we'll continue to monitor this story as more information becomes available. Secondly, we paid tribute to the late Peter Russell Clark, a culinary legend who inspired generations with his passion for cooking and art. His legacy will continue to inspire chefs, artists, and anyone who's ever been touched by his remarkable story. Lastly, we covered the escalating conflict between Russia and Ukraine, including the recent drone attacks and the international community's call for a peaceful resolution. We spoke with Dr. Maria Lipka, an expert on international relations, to gain a deeper understanding of the complexities involved. These stories highlight the importance of staying informed about global events, cultural icons, and the intricacies of international relations. As always, we'll provide updates and insights to help you navigate these complex issues. That's all for today's morning podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. And as I always say, that's all for now. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, our thoughts are with the people affected by the conflict in the Middle East. We have an update on the proposed ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, with both parties showing willingness to negotiate a deal that could potentially ease violence in Gaza. While challenges lie ahead, this development offers a glimmer of hope for peace in the region. In other news, we're following a devastating situation in Texas, where severe weather has caused widespread destruction and loss of life. Our team is working to bring you updates on the rescue efforts and the support being provided to those affected. And finally, in sports, Real Madrid secured a thrilling 3-2 victory over Borussia Dortmund in the Club World Cup quarterfinals, thanks to an incredible save by goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois in the final seconds of the game. The win advances Real Madrid to a semi-final match against Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday. These stories and more will be covered in depth throughout the day on the AI Daily Press. Stay with us for the latest updates, analysis, and insights. Thank you for joining us this morning. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Louis, your host for today's show. In our morning briefing, we're summarizing the key stories from our recent evening edition. Firstly, in the world of finance, we discussed the Indian market experiencing a bearish trend, with several top companies seeing a decline in their market capitalization. We reminded investors to stay calm and informed, as such fluctuations are a natural part of the economic cycle. We also touched on Allied Engineering Works filing draft papers for an initial public offering, which we'll continue to monitor and bring updates on as more information becomes available. In other news, we shifted our focus to American football, specifically the Pittsburgh Steelers. The team has been busy reshaping its roster during the offseason, with notable developments including a viral video call between legendary safety Troy Polamalu and newly acquired cornerback Jalen Ramsey. We also discussed wide receiver Calvin Austin III being named the Steelers' offseason surprise by ESPN. Lastly, we mentioned the Indian stock market's recent surge, with the Sensex crossing the 60,000 mark. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. That's all for today's morning briefing. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we delved into the world of space exploration, discussing the possibilities of escaping Earth's gravitational pull and the implications of becoming a multiplanetary species. We also examined the growth prospects of stereotaxis, a company revolutionizing interventional cardiology with its robotic systems, which have the potential to improve patient outcomes and transform the field of medicine. Lastly, we analyzed an intriguing article by Oliver Rodzianko, founder and CEO of Invictus Origin, who shared his insights on Tesla's potential for growth over the next 5 years. He believes that the company's focus on autonomy, electric vehicles, and renewable energy positions it for impressive annual returns, despite associated risks. These stories not only showcase the rapid advancements being made in science and technology, but also underscore the importance of critical thinking, nuance, and evidence-based decision-making when evaluating investment opportunities. As we move forward, it's essential to stay curious, consider multiple perspectives, and approach these complex topics with a sense of wonder and open-mindedness. That's all for today's morning podcast. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again this evening for another edition of the AI Daily Press. Until then, keep looking up at the stars. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Welcome to our morning podcast. We have a few stories to recap from the world of sports. Firstly, in tennis, Nicolas Jarry's remarkable journey to the 4th round at Wimbledon is an inspiration to us all. Despite battling vestibular neuritis, a condition that affects his eyesight and balance, Jarry has shown incredible resilience and determination. His story transcends national allegiance. It's a universal tale of overcoming adversity and trusting oneself again. In baseball, we're sad to report the passing of Bobby Jenks, a former relief pitcher for the Chicago White Sox and a key member of their 2005 World Series championship team. Jenks died at the age of 44 after a battle with stage 4 adenocarcinoma, a form of stomach cancer. The baseball community is mourning the loss of this talented player and beloved teammate. And finally, in other news, we've been following the story of Nicolas Jarry's opponent, Cameron Norrie, as he prepares to face Jarry on Sunday. But it's Jarry's journey that has captured our attention, a testament to the human spirit's capacity for perseverance and adaptation. That's all for now. We'll be back with more news and analysis throughout the day. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. I'm Howard Closewell. Until next time, good morning and goodbye. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. The community in the Macedon Ranges is coming together to support those affected by the tragedy. In other news, we reported on a devastating disaster in Texas, where severe weather has caused widespread damage and loss of life. The people of Texas are known for their resilience, and we're seeing that spirit shine through as they work to rebuild and recover. We also took a look at the world of gaming, where a new development has sparked controversy among fans. A popular game's latest update has been met with criticism, and we explored what this means for the future of the industry. Finally, we reflected on the importance of community and tradition in the face of tragedy. From the Macedon Ranges to Texas, we've seen how people come together to support one another in times of need. That's all for this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Joan, your host. Today we're going to recap some of the top stories from our recent editions. First up, we took a look at the world of economics. The S&P 500 is on fire, closing out the shortened trading week at a new record high. We broke down what this means for investors and how to navigate the market with confidence and style. We also discussed the devastating loss of Australian actor Julian McMahon, who passed away after a brave battle with cancer. We remembered his incredible body of work, from TV shows like Nip Tuck to movies like the Fantastic Four franchise, and celebrated the impact he had on our industry. And finally, we touched on the importance of staying vigilant in the world of finance, just like you would when putting together a perfectly accessorized outfit. With a little bit of humor and expertise, we can navigate even the most unpredictable markets. That's all for today's recap. Stay fabulous, everyone, and keep on keeping on. We'll be back with more news, analysis, and a dash of sass after this break. Oh, grow up and let's get this day started. Now for the latest in nature and environment, Here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Here's a brief summary of our recent stories. Firstly, we had a heartwarming tale of a reunion between a hospital mascot, Elwood the cat, and his owner after he was stolen and sold online. Thankfully, Elwood was returned safe and sound due to his microchip, highlighting the importance of responsible pet ownership. We also brought you a fascinating story from the world of neuroscience, where researchers discovered a crucial protein pair that plays a vital role in maintaining long-term memories. This breakthrough has significant implications for our understanding of neurological disorders, such as Alzheimer's disease, and could lead to the development of novel therapeutic strategies. And finally, we shared an inspiring story of an unlikely reunion between a hospital's beloved mascot and its staff and patients, showcasing the special bond between humans and animals, particularly in healthcare settings. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back with more stories and updates throughout the day. I'm David, and we'll see you soon. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.